I just can't tell you how thrilled, excited, proud I am of everything that went on Friday and Saturday. All of you that helped make this happen. Sherry, big shout out to Sherry Shee, but also everyone that helped you. Where is Sherry? Here, there you are. Sherry, who was on, raise your, stand up if you're on the cake committee. What were the other committees? Okay, stand up.
Everyone had a piece of it.
Okay, so thank you all. I mean, you really literally brought me to tears yesterday. We had, what, 70 people? We had Andy coming from Australia via Paris and Boston. We had Ying coming from Atlanta, Georgia. We had Pramod coming from Florida. We had folks coming from Portland. Where else? Santa Rosa? Maryland, Seattle, yeah. So, you know, just really just in tears, you know, and you're not supposed to cry at an event like this, I know, so I'll try not to. But I'm just so totally impressed by everything that you've all done. So what Sherry asked me to do is just a brief wrap up of the BEST Lab, and what I thought I would go through the 3 definitions of the BEST Lab. So we started as the Berkeley Expert Systems Technology, and as you've seen through the talks, we still do that. Everything that we do today has some kind of soft and hard computing, has collective intelligence, has sensors, has machine intelligence working with human intelligence, has qualitative reasoning working with quantitative reasoning, has the artificial intelligence working with the human cognition and intelligence. And so that's what the early part of the lab was. Many of the researchers, Pramod Jain was our #1 PhD student, but my son Adrian, when he was both in middle school, I think, and high school, did research on artificial intelligence and programming while he was in school. So that's our roots. We've continued to have those roots. And throughout the years, those roots have gone to applications like Ying has talked about, Ning Ning, who worked on microelectronic mechanical systems, BaseNet, soft and hard computing. You've heard talks this morning that have touched on much of the work that we've done in monitoring diagnostics and prognosis. So then what we did is we changed some of the application areas. They went to energy and sustainability, and a lot of it still had the AI foundation, but we moved to applications that were really associated with energy and sustainability. And so mostly for fundraising or when we wrote grants, we recoined BEST also as the Berkeley Energy and Sustainable Technologies projects. And we worked on a number of building projects, but projects may be associated with human-centered design, such as the culturally sensitive, sustainable buildings that we built with the Pinoleville Pomo Nation. And then more recently, you've seen what we've been doing with space robotics. So we also recoined ourselves the BEST Lab, the Berkeley Emergent Space Tensegrity project, because we're also working on machine learning in understanding how we can simulate and control the best robotics. And some of these pictures just show the breadth of the work, the team that's involved with the Tensegrity project, but also the artwork. We actually were involved with a dance routine and capacitor dance in which interactive tensegrity robotics were part of the design. And Colin Ho, who was a master's student, actually did that work as well. So I wanted to end with the people that have been involved in the lab one way or another. 41 PhDs. Pramod Jain was #1 there. And then next was Forbes Nadi, who was actually at the event Friday night as well. So that was #1 and #2. And then I got a couple of the people that are here today. So Jennifer Wong, where are you, Jennifer? She was 39 and is doing fabulous work now at Google, but also did wonderful work in pre-engineering, and that was the name of her dissertation. And Mark Fuge was the last PhD student that graduated. You can see that still continues the AI theme there. Collaborative design, informatics, leveraging big data to create better design. Now the BEST Lab, we actually coined the word the BEST Lab because a colleague of mine in design had the Berkeley Automated Design Lab, Al Pisano, the bad lab. So we were the best in the bad. I had to keep best, but I don't know, Celeste, I think it's interesting. The Mark decided to call his lab the Ideal Lab, the Informatics for Design, Engineering, and Learning Lab. So I've had 130 master's students. I mean, just amazing how many fabulous master's students we've had today. So I'm glad that they were able to make some of the presentations as well. Both of these students are going on to get a PhD, I hope. And we hope that they will show up on another list, but I'm very proud of those that have made other choices, because I think what is so fabulous about having such a multidisciplinary background that you got in the BEST Lab is you have a wide range of careers and opportunities where you can have big impact in the world. And so I'm just humbled by all the work that you're doing in China, for instance, and Rashik, which you're doing with Mercedes-Benz. So the different paths are wonderful. And speaking of the different paths, I've not counted all the undergraduate researchers that have worked in the BEST Lab, but I'm estimating it's about 1,000. Because I did, when I was nominated for the Mentoring Award for AAAS, I had to add the undergraduates for the last 5 years, and it was 500. So I'm kind of estimating that it was 1,000. I didn't have so many undergraduate researchers at the start, but 2 of them I wanted to point out. Bobby Yazdani, who wrote 2 papers and co-authored 2 papers, and those were with Sherry Shi because she was the mentor for the 2 undergraduate researchers, Bobby Yazdani and Ori Sassoon, and then Kimberly Fountain is I'm calling her the 1,000th. I'm going to start counting now. She is the 1,000th undergraduate researcher, and she did her undergraduate work with on the tensegrity robot. So I just wanted to end with a couple of thoughts that came from the comments last night that just really resonated with me. One was the concept that the role of a mentor is to help you find your dreams. And Fatima said that, I think. And my daughter actually picked up on that. It resonated with her, and she made a comment on it. I do think that that is finding your dreams and also being part of this bigger family that's the BEST Lab. And so the whole family thing, I think, really was important to me because a family has a collective intelligence over the generations. And I feel like the BEST Lab, what you presented today and what you shared with us last night was really a shared collective intelligence that's just making us smarter and greater and having greater impact. So I want to thank you all for that. And I want to now think about what's going to happen after the reunion. One of my students who couldn't come here today, he said, Lee, he said, is it really true you only do this every 30 years? Can I go to the next one? So I don't know if there's going to be a 60-year reunion. I don't know if that's going to be possible. But what we do want to develop is a family tree. Now, I just came back from a conference in Boston, the ASME International Design Engineering Technical Conference, and one of my colleagues said he never would advise a student who didn't want to be a college professor. And I was really shocked by that. He said he would just drop them if they changed their mind about, you know, getting a PhD and becoming a college professor. And I want to do just the opposite. So my family tree, I want it to be like a real family and maybe build on the work that So Young Kim did with her PhD dissertation. She followed Alice Waters, not to say I'm anywhere in comparison to Alice Waters of Chez Panisse, but she followed the Alice Water family. And the Alice Water family became chefs. She trained her chefs. They became journalists. They became the Edible Schoolyard. She actually tracked them and the mentees of Alice Waters through the years and geographically. So we have a start of the BEST Lab geography here that the cake team put together. They're gonna send me the overlay on this. So we have a start on the geography, but I really want to have a family tree. Now the academics are easy to do. So Andy, I need all your students and your students' students. I think I have academic grandchildren that I met. And we do have some incestuous nephews and, yes, nieces. In more ways than one. But I also really believe in mentoring, and I hope that you have carried on the tradition of mentoring. And so, Rashik, you've mentored many people, many students and others. So I hope as part of this family tree, wherever you've gone, whether it's been to the Department of Energy in Sandia, whether it's been a government agency, JESPA, whether it's been with a nonprofit, that, what? Don't, no. Wherever you have done a good job mentoring people and having high ethical standards and design for impact, we want to follow you in the family tree. So I don't know what the software is we're going to use, but that is going to be one of the follow-up items. And then the last thing I wanted to end with in my thanking Sherry Shih is I want to announce that the campus has started a new crowdfunding campaign. And Sherry's not going to bring this up, but I want to bring this up. So they picked 10 projects across the campus for a crowdfunding campaign. 2 of the Best Lab projects or related Best Lab family projects are on the fundraising campaign. One of them is Julia Kramer, who's doing work on cervical cancer diagnosis in Ghana, is one of those was selected. And the other one is Sherry Shih's project on the Tech Hive. So is there anything more you want to add on that? Where's the microphone? I mean, this is really a big deal to be one of, 2 of 10 that it's going to go on the front page of the Berkeley website and everything else.
We're very excited to launch the campaign in September to raise funding to enable 75 kids to experience engineering in the high school as being mentored by the staff at the Lawrence Hall of Science to do projects in the community. Renee's son is one of the interns and has a younger son, and it's a wonderful program, and I hope you're able to support it, and I will send you out the link.
Okay, great. Thank you. So I don't know what our Masters of Ceremony wants to do as an end. Okay, let me give you.
Okay, so Alice, in honor of the Best Lab Reunion 30th plus anniversary, the alumni would like to give the lab a gift. Unfortunately, the gift is sitting in the trunk of my car because I forgot to bring it.
And I had to carry Hello Kitty all the way from San Francisco to Berkeley.
I'm sorry, but I will go retrieve it from my car. So I wanted to, first of all, thank everybody for coming to the reunion and helping us plan this wonderful event. I certainly hope that we are not going to do this every 30 years. I think that Alice has meant a lot to us. Both as a mentor and a role model and someone who has really supported all of our dreams, as she mentioned. And I'm going to have Andy announce the gift.
Okay.
And go ahead.
You can announce.
Oh, no, it's okay. And then I'd love all of us to stand up and just congratulate Alice.
Well, actually, we have a relatively small, modest gift to begin, and I think we're trying to figure out a larger gift. But that will take a little more time. So originally we were going to get a coffee machine for the laboratory, for the lab, because I remember having to drink a lot of coffee. But then we thought about who's going to clean it, descale it, blah, blah, blah. So instead, what we decided was we would get some Pete's coffee cards. And then the other question was, well, if I only get one card, there's going to be a fight. So I made sure to get enough cards so that so all of you could have one, or if Alice might decide that she'll keep all of them and get really buzzy. I don't know if Alice, you still drink coffee or still with your A&W? Uh-oh. Dr. Pepper. Oh, sorry. We should have actually just bought you a 12.
I've cut out the Dr. Pepper, but coffee, never, yeah. Lots of coffee.
But anyway, so thank you very much, Alice, for all the years and all the excitement and fun that we've had being your students and colleagues. And with that, I think we'll have a warm round of applause for Alice.